ladies and gentlemen. This is for America and Germany. I'm going to show you how to acquire something which is called Holy Grail. You know, I come online and say, I've been born for war. I've been set aside by God. Every season of my life it was there to frustrate, to train, to create this personality that will see the enemy and will fucking exterminate the enemy. I know it sounds very heavy. I explained that very much, that it's a duty, okay? So I don't waste my time. I don't no bullshit, no issues. Just from A to B as fast as possible. Fuck the enemy. Boom, you're gone. It sounds very unemotional, without empathy, with angry, blah 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 blah. You know, I understand those sympathies. I understand that it's about human life and there are risks, and soldiers can die and hostages can die, and I know the dynamics of war. Don't get me wrong. However, inactivity is activity. Inactivity also leads to, you know, the things with timelines. So if you don't take actions, the terrorists have more time with the hostages, and that sets in motion a whole stuff, also possibilities of realities that you just don't know in advance, ladies and gentlemen, what's going to happen when you start or do not start something. That is just the limitation of being a human. So when you're human and you're born for war, you have a certain way of thinking, and I'm going to show that to you. So an army is to defend your nation, to defend the sovereignty of your nation. That's the basic justification of having an army as a nation. And you can also use that army to fight justice wars, counter-terrorist operations. However, it really needs to be a real counter-terrorist operation. You can also just use it, you can say that's the terrorist and that's not really the terrorist, and then say it's a that's bullshit. So these are like the two ways you can justify using the army. There's no other justification. Going out there and conquesting nations with your army, that's not what you're supposed to do with an army. Maybe the barbarians do that. But if you're a civilized human being, you don't do that. There's only two justifications for war. So I wouldn't come online, go on this podcast, Prophetic podcast, and go like this. Hello, America and Germany. Go and assassinate this Hamas chief. And all other nations in Europe. Hey, Britain, or are there some Middle Eastern countries who don't like Hamas? Unite and strike Hamas. Strike these motherfuckers. Right? If I would do it that way, that's wrong, ladies and gentlemen. It's good. It's just, this is how you do proper counterterrorism, but it's insensitive, and it is not, it doesn't show proper excellency, ladies and gentlemen. This type of communication. It doesn't show higher civilization, and it doesn't show divinity. It does not, it's just a cold, mechanical, lifeless way of just going from A to B. Okay, there is a mission, accomplish the mission. Humanity is not in there. The heart is not in there. That is so difficult, ladies and gentlemen. So, I never thought it would be like this. My first operation. Okay? It's more complicated than even that I've been trained for. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me begin with the Holy Grail. What is that? So, I need to show you two laws. I'm going to show you universal law. There are two laws. And when you combine these two laws, you create something which is called Holy Grail. So you need to understand the two universal laws that I'm going to explain you now, and then you can acquire Holy Grail. It's really simple, these two laws. So in the Bible is written, in the book of Genesis, whosoever blesses Israel will be blessed by God. Whoever curses Israel will be cursed by God. So God spoke, and when God spoke, it's a godly command and cannot ever be overwritten. It's like the universe is a code. And God programmed this code. It is a non-rewritable CD-ROM. Cannot be overwritten. This code says, bless Israel, the universe will bless you. Curse Israel, the universe will curse you. It's a code, cannot be overwritten. So, all you have to do is properly interpret the code. So when you commit sins, what's going to happen is that your life is going to get misery. Negative energy is going to enter your soul. A negative cycle will start. You'll get cursed. So if you're then cursed and you want to receive the blessing of God, then you have to balance out your curses. So when you then bless Israel, then in effect what happens is that the curse will leave your soul. So blessing means assisting or helping. So when you assist or help a Jew according to the code, universal law, you're doing an act of penance for your sins. The Bible says that only Jesus Christ can save your soul, and then you get forgiveness of sin. But there are all kinds of things in your bloodline that still make life on this earth. So your soul can be saved, but I'm talking about the physicalities. Jesus Christ can save your soul will be saved, you'll have eternal life. But you're still here on earth waiting for the second coming. I'm talking about here on this earth. The life that you experience here. So when you assist the Israelites, the code says God will remove a curse out of your soul. So that's a code. That's a principle. So you can just, if you feel like you need to get rid of curses, if you feel like you want to have blessings from God, the code says go help the Israelites and whatever is bothering them. That's the code, but that's not the Holy Grail. I'm telling you the truth. But it is an element. So now I'm going to talk about Holy Grail. So in the Old Testament is written that there was a champion in Philistia, the champion of the Palestinians. His name was Goliath. And Goliath was a really big guy. Like a 6 figures, 6 feet, this thing that the American women are talking about. What is the ideal man? Okay, I'll quit. I'll keep it serious. I'll stay serious. Excuse me. I just love to take advantage of the moment to bring in a certain higher realities, ladies and gentlemen. But that's just the way it is. So imagine the perfect man, according to the normality of this world. Goliath is standing in front of the Jews saying, "Come." I knew one of them, right? So nobody wanted to fight Goliath. There was a king in ancient Israel called King Saul, and they had no interest in fighting Goliath. Nobody wanted to. And there was this guy called David, and it was just a guy, ladies and gentlemen, from a sheepy over there. And then God was like, hey, look at this guy, right? And then God started training this guy and do all kinds of things with this quote-unquote guy. And then when it was time for Saul to be punished by heaven and be replaced, yes, then the training of David was completed and he was brought into a situation. So God created for the Jews a situation. And that situation had a certain intelligent design, and that was to punish the king of Israel, who was, according to the Bible, who lost the favor of God, and God became angry, and God gave the king of Israel a rival. So David found a way to receive the power of God to defeat the enemy of Israel. And so David entered the story of the destiny of Israel and started to outgrow David and outgrow Saul. And at the end of the game, Saul died. And David became the ruling elite and his children and so on and so on. The story of Israel continues. That's called intelligent design. So I went into Israel, ladies and gentlemen, as prophet of God, as oracle, as seer, ancient one of Lubak. I can spy, yes. So I can spy what's going on in Israel. I'm going to show you what's going on over there. So I saw the dynamics. There are dynamics in the Israeli civilization, in the matrix of Israel, in the destiny of Israel. I'm going to show you the bigger picture of the destiny of Israel. Benjamin Netanyahu is in the same condition that King Saul of Israel was. And Hamas is the organization that is doing the damage to the Jews. And the chief of Hamas is like Goliath. The chief of Hamas, Goliath, is capable of taking this from Israel, taking that from Israel, getting America to make deals and stuff, trade hostages, 20 Jews for 200, you know what I mean? Doing big business. Standing there with all these, this terroristic apparel and stuff, glorying in the name of a false god. I don't know what they have done to these hostages. You know what I mean? So the champion of the Philistines, the champions of the Palestinians, the military fist of Palestine, who is not in existence yet. According to the Bible, one day it will happen. A two-state solution. It is in the Bible. You should work against it, but what you're going to do, it's in the Bible. I'm not going to go too deep in that. So, the dynamics in Israel are exactly as the dynamics back then with Saul. God is simply angry at Netanyahu, and Netanyahu lost control, and Goliath is simply ruining the destiny of the Jews, and all of a sudden the Israeli destiny is delivered up to the mercy of God. That's what's happening over there. That's what you're looking at in the Israeli destiny. This is the decodation of the Israeli destiny. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to continue building upon this Holy Grail thing. I am world champion, avenger of God. Let me try to explain to you what that means. So there is a timeline in humanity, right? And that's called the human destiny. And the human destiny has all these nations, and these nations have hierarchies. And then there is a division of honor on the earth, and the earth maintains itself. The human destiny. So, if you are in humanity, you are battling your curses, your karma, your blessings, you're living your life, you have a certain territory on the earth. And all the people united have the territory, the earth. And the earth is going somewhere. So all the humans have a set of positive and negative, generational and direct karma, positive and negative. So all the bad deeds of humanity generate incoming negativity. Do you hear me, people? So humanity has somewhere a realm where there is brewing the chaotic unmanifested world. There is some out there in another dimension, a portal in humanity. All the saints of humanity will draw things to come out of that portal to administrate the karma of humanity. So what the world champion does is stand at that gate and battle what comes out of that portal. Humanity commits massive sins. More bad karma will manifest out of the unmanifested through that portal and start entering timeline humanity, and then the world champion sees that and is killed by that. It's like it's hard, ladies and gentlemen, to stand in front of that gate and not be fucking exterminated by the influx of bad karma of entire humanity. That's what the world champion does. So there were times, ladies and gentlemen, that the hypercube of Japan was with me in this battle. So as world champion, there are forces of good. You know what I mean? The people on the world that do not just think about their own destiny, but about the destiny of humanity. So the Japanese have these animes, these video games, and they try to teach humanity about spiritual principles through the simplifications. And so the Japanese generate the karmic philosophy whereby they also were able to get really close to that realm of the uncreated chaos that keeps coming out legally to punish humanity for the crimes against the universal laws. These are codes. I'm telling you the code. However, the Japanese are gone. I haven't seen them for, 2 years. The energy ran out. I'm alone there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm watching this thing. So I come online, do prophetic podcast, and you hear that. I say things like I'm crawling. I'm just slow. I'm going forwards at time, but it's slow. 1 mile a day, because stand in front of the titan of chaos. And all the time that thing shoots the bad karma of humanity at me. How dare I stand in that realm? How dare I stand in between the karma of humanity? You know what I mean? How dare, that's a little bit the energy of the cave if you enter that cave as world champion. It's like you're sitting with chaos and you're trying to not die. That is what it is like to be world champion. Your karma needs to overpower that stuff that's coming out of that pit. I'm telling you the truth. So I don't want to extend the time too much. It's a little bit how it is like. And Donald Trump is, becoming president, restart America. This whole prophetic podcast subject about Donald Trump and the American destiny. So Donald Trump, he has an account and he is going through the American hypercube and he's purifying the curses, purifying the familiar spirits, purifying the dead bodies, and purifying the rival curse to try to restart America. He calls it Make America Great Again. So there are certain stages he needs to go through to get that done, whereby I can see he's at this stage, he's at that stage, he's at this stage, so I can measure his advancements. I'm a world champion, okay? It's really easy for me. So I know exactly where he is. So Donald Trump's destiny is 3 months behind mine. And I mean the cycles. So there's a stage where you purify the curse, and then you purify this, and you have these milestones in your destiny. So Donald Trump's destiny has milestones, and he is just 3 months behind the milestones that I'm having. He got a different destiny, but it's the same journey. Purification of the bad karma. Same journey. So there are certain points in this process. And I go like this. Okay, so Donald Trump is at that point. It will take him 3 months to arrive at the point where I am right now. And that has been like that for a long time. I make the advancements, and 3 months later, Donald Trump walks through the same hoops. Different country, different destiny, same story. Purification of bad karma. Ladies and gentlemen. So I'm watching him, seeing it, and all of a sudden this man is speeding up. America and Germany. I'm looking at him going, wait, how is this man speeding up like this? So I saw Donald Trump karmic velocity increase so fast that I knew that if he keeps doing whatever he's doing in that White House, tomorrow I'm not going to be world champion anymore. This man went so fast. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm still talking about Holy Grail. So I'm seeing Donald Trump touch Holy Grail. I'm going, whoa. So that's Holy Grail. That's what the Holy Grail does. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump was world champion for 11 and a half hours. I am telling you the truth in all sincerity. I tell you the truth. I stood there and I was like, what in the world just happened? This American Donald Trump found some way to do whatever he's doing, and this man corrected 3 months of karma in 3 days. Unbelievable. So now this is the bridge to the Holy Grail. So because of U.S. Illuminati tablets with all kinds of jurisdictions, from Grand Master right to diplomatic community, to, declassification right, all kinds of rights. I can just go in American Central Command and go like, how did he do this? And start the investigation. Yeah, he touched the Holy Grail. And I'm going to tell you, so I learned, this way. This is how I know this. I saw the man touch it. And I was like, wow, so that's what it is. So I did not discover this. Didn't discover this. Donald Trump discovered this. So Donald Trump got involved in this Hamas thing. Donald Trump is threatening the chief of Hamas. So in effect, what Donald Trump is doing, like I just explained in the Israeli destiny, God is punishing King Saul. And God is making a situation in Israel whereby the Jews can't help themselves, whereby they are delivered up to the mercy of God. God is humiliating the Jews. He's making them feel that they're weak and powerless. and that they need the mercy of God. God is teaching them a lesson. You cannot do it without God. That is the lesson. King Saul was an arrogant man. Look at Netanyahu. It's the same personality complex. Israel wants to be hedonistic. Israel does not want to be holy. So if you have a hedonistic society, sooner or later comes the punishment. So Israel is under this punishment. And Netanyahu is the leader in that destiny. So somebody got to play David. This is the point I'm trying to make. So there is a holy grail. Let me try to explain this thing. David walked up to Goliath. The man, 6 figures, 6 inches, whatever, 666 energy. The perfect man. Where all the women will bow for and do. That's the ideal man in their eyes. Yeah, how do you take down the ideal man when you are the villager, or like David, the guy with the sheep? How do you take down the perfect man? You take down the perfect man with the Holy Grail. David walked up to Goliath. Some energy entered him, and by accident, he executed the champion of the Philistine, humiliated them. That's how this works. So the energy that entered David of Israel is officially called Armageddon energy. I'll explain that to you in the theological sense. So Israel is the promised land, and the promised land has enemies. And if you read the Old Testament, you see that the enemies are allowed by God to terrorize the Jews, to frustrate the situation where one king is replaced by another king. So God suffers the enemy to erase one elite and bring in another elite. What Hamas is doing is the end of one elite and the beginning of the other elite. So the new elite is going to receive from God what is known as the Armageddon energy. So the Armageddon energy is an energy that a man can use to overcome Goliath. Goliath is designed to not be overcome. Goliath is designed that the system cannot defeat him. Goliath is designed that no matter what you do, your civilization cannot defeat him. Goliath is designed to not be defeated in human sense. He is designed that your army can't take him down. He is designed that your legal system can't defeat him. It is the type of energy that frustrates people, that they're going to try to change the laws to get somebody in prison because fuck this man, this guy's game is too good. How do we stop this man? And then you corrupt the laws and curse your soul. That type of man I'm talking about. Somebody who is defeating the matrix. That's what I'm talking about. That's the type of man I'm speaking about. You don't stop that man in conventional methods. No, the only way to stop a man like that is with the Holy Grail, with the Armageddon energy. The energy that you need to humiliate, to lower, to take away glory, to punish, and so on, gain territory over the enemies of Israel, to defeat the enemies of Israel. And the enemies of Israel are so designed that they cannot be defeated. This is called Holy Grail. So the little things that Donald Trump did in the situation, making deals with hostages swap, let's see if it's a bad deal, 20 for 200, but it is something, you know what I mean? This something that Donald Trump has done, America, Germany, and whoever's out there listening, created the Holy Grail Armageddon energy to enter his soul, and he corrected 3 months of walking behind me to becoming world champion. This man forced me. This man forced me to get up and reclaim what I just lost. So I offered a double team to the United States, and I received the acceptation, whereby I'm going to try to show you all how you can get access to what Donald Trump got access to, and how this energy, what I'm talking about, this energy, this Armageddon energy. Imagine you have this Armageddon energy and Russia shows up. This is where the idea behind what I'm trying to show you. The enemies of the West are great. So if you want to take down the enemies of the West, this is what I'm trying to show you. I hope you understand the potential of acquiring this type of power in your soul to overcome your enemies. You would want to have this type of Armageddon energy in your soul. So I properly explained it. If you want to, let me go deeper in this thing. So God marked the Hamas chief for death. Oh my God, do you hear me? It's like Prophet Daniel walking up to Nebuchadnezzar, or the son of Nebuchadnezzar, Belshazzar, saying, look at the wall, your time is up. You know what I mean? This is what I am telling you. The time of the Hamas chief is just finished. It's finished. Whether I tell you this or not, whether you listen to me or not, it doesn't matter. God says, it's done. His days are numbered. Okay? So to number his days, there is an energy available which is called Holy Grail Armageddon energy. So imagine that sometimes God wants to get something done on the earth, and then he grants humans this Holy Grail Armageddon energy. Okay? However, this is not Israel. So Donald Trump is not going to become the president of Israel. This is not a direct David and Saul type of thing. So this energy, this Holy Grail Armageddon energy, is not going to make you leader of Israel. It's just going to empower you to achieve the will of God over the undefeatable enemies. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you understand the potential of what I'm trying to tell you. I hope God grants you the eyes and the ears to hear and see what I'm telling you. So, whoever wants to pull the trigger on the Hamas chief will take the pot of gold. It is just that simple. It doesn't matter who you are. If you are a member of Hamas and you see your chief and you just go like, fuck this guy, and you kill this man, you have stopped something, and your reward will come to you in the shape of the Armageddon energy. You have done the will of God. You're not going to be appreciated if you are a Hamas member. You do that, you better fucking run. You know what I mean? And I don't know if the world will forgive you. I don't know. Maybe with the Armageddon energy you can find a way to escape your fucking judgment. I don't know. And I'm not necessarily addressing Hamas or something. I'm just talking about potential things that could happen to bring down the Hamas chief. Right? So anyone who participates in the agenda of counterterrorism and does the will of God and executes the Hamas chief, you are going to receive a partition of the Holy Grail Armageddon energy, and you're not going to get all of it. You have to understand something. I understand this thing. This Holy Grail Armageddon energy is like a pie. And today, God wants this Hamas chief dead. And there is a percentage of the pie that's going to be spent on this agenda. And then whoever comply with this agenda will get it. And then the next season, there is another part of the pie that's going to be given. And then the Armageddon energy become available again for another godly purpose. I'm talking about holy war. That's called Holy Grail. This is the understanding of Holy Grail. Okay? So I fully understand that you, America, and you, Germany, have your own ways of doing things. And I petition you to stop. I know it's a very big thing I'm asking. I just ask you to stop and just listen to me and let me do this. And let me do the double team with the American president. This is what we're going to do. Just let me. I commit coup d'etat in Germany. I have the helmet of Germany. The spirit of Germany is the grandmaster of the social credit score system of Germany. I'm the grandmaster of that. So I'm the legal ruler of the German Republic. I'm not democratically elected. No, I declare these people war, I defeated them. Personal situations. It's just the way it is. But I am legal. So when Germany would not listen to me, I'm not going to take it personal, and I'm not going to be angry at you. I fully understand. Okay, I'm a reasonable person. I understand that you're not going to be happy You're not happy. I can understand. I try to communicate with you, human to human. I get it. Germany is a mess, and this is just how it ended up. Okay, so I have the legal right to tell you what you do, and if you don't obey, I'm not taking it personal. I get it, but I'd rather have you to obey, for the sake of the future of Germany. Okay, because Germany's cursed. America is no longer cursed, but Germany, you still have 3 or 4 months of a cursing. You need to fix that. Okay, so for your own sake, it's better that you listen to me, even though I'm not democratically elected. Olaf Scholz was what I am now. His time ran out, and then Alice Weidel was what I was now, and I dashed her out of here, and I became that. I'm in the destiny of Alice Weidel, but I erased her, and now I'm walking in her footsteps. I'm walking in her destiny. This is not my destiny. I whooped her. So the destiny of Alice Weidel, I am playing that. So I have every right to say what I say, but I didn't acquire it in a democratic sense. I fully understand you, Germany, if you're not wanting to do or cooperate. But I petition you, do it. I'm telling you the truth. Just do it. You have curses to fix. You have reputation to fix. You have all kinds of things that need to be solved in this country. It would be a good thing if that Armageddon Holy Girl energy would enter the German government. All right? And the same thing counts for America. I know that this might not be the conventional way of things. And I understand. Donald Trump became world champion, and I went after him and did the things to get it back. I get it. It's a little bit going to be like a power issue. I get it. It could be like this. Now, again, America, Germany, who's this? I get that. Forget that. Okay? This double team, let's just do this for one cycle. One time we're going to cooperate and act like these two nations are not two nations, but one nation. Double team. One time for the purpose of the assassination of the Hamas chief. Nothing else. The moment the man is assassinated, things will go on as normal as usual. All right? So this is what I want you to do. I saw an American soldier assassinate the chief of Hamas. And I'm doing management here. Donald Trump is also doing management. So Donald Trump organizes everything in the United States, and I'm organizing that here. That's like management. So we don't actually go to the battlefield. We can be held accountable. Look at Iran threatening Donald Trump for what he did to the Soleimani. We can be held accountable for what is happening, but we don't actually go into the battlefield. And don't get me wrong, if I could go into that fucking battlefield, but let me not do that. But I hope you understand what I'm saying. I'm limited by my location, and this is my, this is city-state. You know what I mean? It has its limitations. So, what I want you to do, as Germany, when the Americans go in there, if they would listen, which I think they will, because I saw that timeline where that soldier assassinated this Hamas chief. When America goes in there, it's a dangerous situation, Germany. It's going to be dangerous. It could be that Americans die in this counter-terrorist operation. So what we want to do is avoid as much as people from dying in this counter-terrorist operation. That's why I want you to support militarily. And there are limitations. You cannot compromise the national sovereignty or the national security. But U.S. Germany should have an access of elite soldiers and weaponry. So a unit should, out of Germany, specialists join the American Union. And I don't want America to spend nothing on this. This operation, German Bundestag, is an act of kindness to the Jews. Okay? Charity is what that is called. So I want you to take the instructions of Donald Trump, but within the frames of reasonability. Donald Trump should make a plan and show Germany a strategy that has a success rate above 75%. And when Germany sees the success rate, Germany should simply comply and assist by providing soldiers and weaponry.